welcome back. This is Nathan Railla again, and we will be doing Shamatha Yoga. This short series of postures are a good way to take a break from doing multiple sessions of meditation. It allows our body to really move and be energized. The intention with the series of Shamatha Yoga of 9 different postures is more about us bringing our mind more into our body with its movements than it is about an in-depth training of yoga. So with that in mind, we're going to go through the postures very slowly and with instruction to start. And then in this video, we will do the postures 3 full times, and by the end, less instruction, more moving on our own. So as with any of these videos, they're instructional and they're meant to be helpful, and that you would then do it on your own. So let's begin. And as a way of respecting our body and respecting the space and respecting our mind, we begin with a bow. So rising fresh, this posture is called earth. Our feet are about hips distance apart. If we look down, it's about 6 inches in between our feet, in between our big toes. And our hips, we can even move them slightly, like rocking them back and forth. We want them to be in a neutral position. And then just relax. Let the arms hang. Just feel the upright posture of earth. Allowing our mind to settle into our body. Taking a big in-breath. Letting it out. An out-breath. Just relaxing. After a few breaths, next we will move into Great Eastern Sun. We raise our hands up like in a big circle, making a sun. And we come up to about 6 inches apart with our hands. And we feel that raise. It's almost like our back is arched up. Our neck is just gently looking upwards. We're reaching to the sky, trying to touch that sun. Then gathering the mind, bring our hands together. Slowly bring down that sun. End with our hands at our heart. And then we offer. So we bend at our hips, and we slowly, gently go downward, stretching the back of our legs and our hamstrings. And it's a good time to also feel free, if you feel tight, to bend your knees so you can get a stretch in your back, and let your head hang and just stay here for a few breaths. And then we slowly rise, vertebrae by vertebrae from that posture. And then we put our hands on our hips here. This is courage. And we move to warrior. And so we want our legs, we'll move with our left foot forward first. We want our legs to be spaced enough apart where our front leg has a bent knee, but our knee is not beyond our ankle. It's in line with our ankle. And our back leg is stretched or straight, and we have a 45-degree angle in our ankle. We turn these hips forward, and we raise our arms up, and really sink into that stretch. At the same time, we're reaching up to the sky and feeling a stretch in our chest and in our back. And then we come back to neutral, where we keep our legs stretched out, and we just turn on our heels so that we go to the other side, straighten our hips, bend forward, knee in line with the ankle, and then rise up. It's the warrior, feeling the power of this posture. Breathing deeply into our chest, allowing it to rise up and touch the sky. Coming back to neutral. 4 directions. And first we'll go forward. So this is a forward bend. Our feet are a little bit further than hips distance. It's about 1 foot apart. Just feeling that stretch, breathing into it. And then gently rising up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then we're going to go for a backward bend. But it's more that we're raising our chest to the sky than bending over backwards. So we breathe up, pointing our chest to the sky, let our neck relax, and then come back to neutral. Next, we'll turn to the left. So we keep our legs straight, we're not bending our knees. And then we'll reach up with the top of our head, almost like we're being pulled, and bend forward. Feeling that straightness of our back. And then coming forward for the nice bend in a nice stretch in our hamstring here. Breathing into any tightness. Exhaling, letting it relax. And rise up slowly. Straighten our spine, and then turn to the other side, to the right side. And then again, reaching up with our head, reaching out, and coming forward, feeling the stretch. When our hips kind of stop, they can't go forward, we can relax our neck. Just let it drop. And slowly rise up, and come back to neutral. And now we'll extend our stance and keep our legs straight. And we'll turn our left foot perpendicular to our back foot. So it's more a 90-degree angle with our back foot now. And this is called Garuda. So our arms come out straight, our legs are straight. And we reach over, we reach out with our left hand, and we come down to our leg. It could be our knee, it could be the top of our thigh. Wherever it lands is okay, and we're actually not collapsing, we're actually reaching out with our whole body this way. And then reaching up with our right hand to the sky, and we can also look at that hand as well. We're just breathing into the stretch, feeling it in our hips, and then come up, and turning our feet, and then the other side, Garuda, or triangle pose. It's good to take deep breaths. Really pay attention to our breaths as we're moving through these postures. Coming back up. Next we have the Great Eastern Sun, or joining heaven and earth, which begins with the Great Eastern Sun posture. So we standing straight up, come out, we make that big sun again, and then we just fluidly bring our hands together, come down to our chest, and then they fall. And right here is just a nice time to relax. It's a moment of appreciation. It's that feeling of strength, of goodness, of moving our body feels healthy, especially when we are fully present. And then we'll do these series of postures 2 more times. And there'll be less instruction and more fluidity. And feel free when you do this at home to do it at your own pace. So you could go a little bit faster through them and kind of work up a cardio, just like get your breath moving. Or you could do it really slow and intentionally. And these postures are really great for allowing us to sit for longer periods of time when we do meditation. So again, we'll come back to square one, earth, just feeling the body, feeling the breath, allowing our shoulders relax, our hips, just feeling the straightness of the posture. Allowing ourselves to be grounded, really feeling our feet on the floor. Next, Great Eastern Sun. Making that big sun, looking up. Smile if you have to. Feeling that breath. Then gathering the mind, bringing the hands together to the heart. And then offer. Allowing ourselves to gently come forward, and if we need to, bending our knees. Feeling that nice stretch. And slowly coming up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Next is warrior. Really feeling the stretch in our legs and our hips. Breathing into those spots of tightness. And switch. So setting up for your posture is really important, making sure that your feet feel stable before you rise up. Really that ground, taking your time to feel the ground before moving into a posture. And come back. I believe we miss courage, but we can feel it right here before we do 4 directions. Coming forward, keeping that back straight for as long as possible, and then allowing ourselves to just hang loose. Feeling that the heaviness of our shoulders and our head just to become light, being pulled down by gravity, and slowly coming up, and just continuing to go back, but it's more of allowing our chest to rise up, and tightening our legs can help support our lower back. So like really gripping the floor, tensing these thigh muscles and glutes, and that protects our lower back while we rise up to the sky. Coming back to neutral, turning to the left, straightening the hips, and then straightening the back and reaching with our head to the other wall, and then allowing ourselves to relax, or at least that shoulders to relax while we feel this stretch here. And then rising up, turning to the right, feeling that reaching, and then falling, and stretching. Really, it's about being intimate with the sensations of being in our body, not shying away from the stretch, the sensation. And if it's too intense, it's okay to back off and slowly rising up. Next is Garuda. Feeling that reach in our arms. And reach to the left, down to our legs, and we're almost reaching to the wall with our head. We're not collapsing. And then also reaching up at the same time with our right hand. And coming back, and going to the right side. And then we come back to neutral, and we're going to do a little addition. It's optional. You could do Garuda again, or you can do twisting Garuda. And so in twisting, we turn our bodies so that we use our right hand with our left leg. We reach forward, come down, and then twist so that our head is facing our left hand, reaching to the sky. And we're still reaching with our head to the opposite wall. And just breathing into the twist and the stretch. Coming back to neutral, we'll do the opposite side. And it's good to go slow. Feeling these stretches, feeling our breath. Coming back to neutral, ready to join heaven and earth. Very fluid motion where our mind is joining our body. It's just a few postures, Really, and it doesn't take long to do, but I even feel a little sweaty now. So it's also a good way to strengthen our muscles as well as stretch them and loosen them up. So this time we'll go through the postures without much instructions and just relax into them as much as possible. And this time try and focus on one's breath and really breathing into the body instead of just breathing into one spot in our body like our chest or our stomach. We could actually try breathing into our hips or our hamstrings, really taking those deep breaths that get into our muscles. So we'll start with earth. Great Eastern Sun. Gathering the mind. Offering. Courage. Warrior. Four directions. Left side. Right side. Oh, we forgot the back side, so we'll do that now. And then Garuda. You can choose to do Garuda posture again or twisting Garuda. Right side. Coming back. Joining heaven and earth. Thank you so much. I hope these postures can help your body feel loose and at the same time strong, so flexible and strong like a bamboo. So this is also a really great way, as I said before at the beginning, to mix up or to mix in with our meditation practice when we feel tight or that our body is getting used to sitting still for longer periods of time. And also it can help with our posture. So it's training ourselves to have this strong back as well as a loose and flexible back, allowing our shoulders to relax. Those two things tend to be where people have issues with a more upright posture. So may you be happy and healthy, and we'll see you next time. Let's end with a bow.